Well, this is exciting. It's becoming a growing interest. 49% of all Americans are football fans, and whether that means professional football or keeping up with the college rivalry. Well, LaTasha Miles, no stranger here, author of When Football Season Turns You Into His Side Chick. She is back. LaTasha, you are a football lover. I know you are.
Yes, ma'am, I am. Thanks again so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. So you know what? We got to talk about Panthers.
Absolutely.
The season is here pretty much. We're about a week away.
Right. Yeah, they're going to actually start the season off. They're going to kick the season off on Thursday. It's a Super Bowl rematch. And, of course, we weren't really pleased with the results of last year, but that's okay. There's always the next year, and I think that actually, with them losing like the way that they did, that heartbreaker, how they did, I think that makes them a little bit more determined this year. Of course, going into the season, there are some changes. One of the main ones is Josh Norman, of course, his departure, and now he's with the Redskins. But it's very important that we just continue to trust General Manager Mr. Gettleman and the decisions that they make, and with drafting 3 new rookies in the secondary, and also just the fact that Carolina does still have the MVP, Cam Newton, and they still have the Coach of the Year, Ron Rivera, and of course Kelvin Benjamin comes back healthy too. So I think that's going to actually make them a little bit more dangerous, as opposed to as less lethal as some people think they may be once they lose a Super Bowl. That's what statistics show.
Right.
But I actually think that this makes them a little bit more potent this time around.
Oh, well, that's a very interesting perspective. And now a lot of people always talk about, oh, it's always hard to go back to back. But do you feel confident that they can do that?
I mean, I definitely do. I think that the best testament, the best example that Carolina can use, I mean, even though they lost to Denver this past year, a couple of years before they lost to Denver, Denver got blasted in the Super Bowl by Seattle. And 2 years later, there they were at the top. So I think that they can just kind of use it as an example. The sides, of course, were reversed, but maybe they could be how Denver was against Seattle. Maybe they're Denver versus Seattle last year, and maybe this year they can be the champion instead. I mean, also the run that they had last year, 15-1, very impressive. They beat a lot of those typical NFC conference, a lot of those typical NFC powerhouses. They beat Green Bay, they beat Dallas, they beat Seattle twice, might I add, at home and on the road. So I think that it's very important that they take those small victories and hone in on those and just use them as stepping stones to have a stronger season this year.
Right. Well, LaTasha, we are about out of time, but I just want to say women, it seems like we gave that statistic there, but a lot of women are getting into football, if not already.
Absolutely, it definitely are. It seems to grow every year. The interest peaks, of course, like with my book helping out. Of course, the NFL, they're kind of catering more to us, and with the different designs of the wardrobe, the stuff fits us and cuts us a little bit more. So yeah, they're catering to us. We're a force to be reckoned with in the football realm as well.
Yes, we are. Well, LaTasha, thank you so much. And when they pan around the stands, I'm sure we'll see a lot of women there.
Absolutely.
Come next week. LaTasha, always good to see you.
Likewise. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.